Good morning, class.
Good morning, Miss.
And how are we doing today?
Fine, thank you.
That's good to hear. So who can remember what we did last class? Yes, Serena?
Miss, we looked up insects.
Insects. Good. And who can tell me some examples of insects? Yes, John?
Miss, butterfly.
Butterfly. Nice. Who else can tell me? Yes, Rebecca?
Miss bee.
Bee. Thomas?
Miss ants.
Ants. Beverly?
Miss, I can't remember, but I know for sure ants is one.
Good, yes. So we all know different insects. So today we're going to be doing something interesting. Today we'll be learning a little bit more about the butterfly. So who can tell me what you think we'll be learning about the butterfly?
Miss, the way in which it grows.
Interesting, yes. So today we will be looking at the life cycle of the butterfly. What we'll be looking at?
The life cycle of the butterfly.
Good job. So by the end of today's class, everybody should be able to tell me the stages in which the butterfly grows, and we're going to be able to know the characteristics of each stage of the butterfly life cycle. Is that clear?
Yes, Miss.
Good job. So before we get into today's lesson, we're going to go into a nice little interesting story. What are we going to do?
We're gonna go into an interesting story.
We're going to do a nice story today about the butterfly. But listen, today we're not just listening to this story. We're going to pretend we are in this story. Right?
Yes, Miss.
So are we ready?
Yes, Miss.
Good. Good. So now remember, we're pretending we're in this story. So there are so many things we're going to do just like what the butterfly does. So the name of this story is The Curious Caterpillar Journey. What's the name of the story?
The Curious
Caterpillar Journey.
Good job. So now let's pretend that we are in this story. Is that clear?
Yes.
Good. So today we are in a magical adventure. Imagine you are in a garden filled with tall trees, colorful flowers, and buzzing bees. As we explore, we will meet a tiny creature with a big dream. What kind of dream?
A big dream.
And all of us have a big dream, right?
Yes, Miss.
Good. One day in this magical garden, a butterfly laid a tiny egg on the leaf. Can you see the leaf and the egg?
Yes, Miss.
Good. So now these eggs were waiting for something special to happen. Can anyone guess what will come out of the egg?
Caterpillar.
A caterpillar? Well, that's right. But then it still have to wait. Pop! Out comes a tiny wiggly caterpillar. It's so hungry. What do you think the caterpillar eats?
Leaf.
Leaf. Wait, did you see the more it eats the leaf, the bigger it grows? Can you see that?
Yes, Miss.
So let's all pretend to grow bigger. Good. So now one day this caterpillar feels sleepy. It finds a safe spot and it wraps up itself in a little blanket that is very cozy called a chrysalis. What is it called, class?
Chrysalis.
A what?
Chrysalis.
Good. Let's all curl up like little sleeping caterpillars. Yes, you're cool, you're sleepy. Very good. Wait, something magical is happening inside. Can you hear? Shh, listen carefully. After days of waiting, the chrysalis cracks open. What happened?
It cracks open.
It cracks open and out comes a beautiful butterfly. Come on, everyone. Let's all spread our arms and gently flap like butterflies. Butterflies. Look at the butterfly. Isn't it pretty?
Yes, Miss.
Good. It is pretty. Great job. Give yourself a clap. Good. That's wonderful.
Okay, class. So let me test your knowledge and see if you are paying attention to this story. Because in my hands, I have 4 magical flashcards, right? And there are no names on them. I want you to identify the name of these objects here. Good. So I'm going to place them here and I'm going to call names and you have to raise the card, right? So
Yes,
if
yes.
I say to raise the butterfly, you have to look which one, identify which object there is the butterfly and you raise the flashcard and I will respond and tell you if that's correct or if it is wrong, okay?
Okay, miss.
Good. So the first card I want you to raise for me is the chrysalis. Identify which one is the chrysalis and raise your card.
Miss, I think this is the chrysalis.
Very good. That is correct.
Pause.
Good. So now I want you to lift the caterpillar for me. No, that is wrong. I want you to look carefully and try again. Remember in the story we showed you what the caterpillar looks like. That is not the caterpillar. Think again.
Oh, yes, miss. This one.
Yes, very good. This here is the caterpillar, right?
Yes, miss.
Very good. And last one here, I want you to show me which one there is a butterfly.
It's this one because this one is the beautiful one and this is the biggest stage that it grows into.
Yes, that is the last stage, right? So we have the egg, then we have the caterpillar, the chrysalis, and then out comes the butterfly. Class. So in front of me here, I have a 3D model of the life cycle of a butterfly, right? And anybody can remember how many stages they have?
Miss, me.
Yes?
Miss, I think 3.
Wrong. No, no, no. I never mentioned 3. Yes, Serena.
Miss, 4 stages.
Very good, Serena. The life cycle has 4 stages, right? And remember, each stage, right? Something magical happens in each stage. And just to note, each stage is very important for the caterpillar's development, right? Each stage has its own importance and how the caterpillar develops, right? So, I'm going to call them out and you're going to repeat after me. Let's go in step. We're not mixing it up. So if anybody asks you to list the 4 stages, you go in order. You don't mix it up and say, oh, miss, butterfly, egg. No, no, no. There are different steps to get to that. So let's call. First, we have the egg. Say egg.
Egg.
Caterpillar.
Caterpillar.
Pupa.
Pupa.
Butterfly.
Butterfly.
Now you say it for me. Let me
Egg.
Everybody.
Egg.
Eggs, caterpillar,
Caterpillar.
chrysalis,
Chrysalis.
and butterfly.
Butterfly.
One more time and I want everybody's participation.
Egg. Caterpillar. Chrysalis. Butterfly.
Okay, lovely. So I want you to remember that, right? Good.
Yes, miss.
So let's put this aside and find out what happens during each stage, right?
Yes,
Each stage.
miss.
Good. So here I have a teaching aid, right? I have pictures and also have information based on these, right? So what is the first stage? Am I starting from here?
No, miss.
No,
Are you
miss.
sure this is in the first stage?
No, miss.
Which is the first stage?
Miss, the eggs.
And this is the egg, right?
Yes, miss.
Very good. So this here is the egg. So it says the egg hatches into tiny larvae or caterpillar. How did you think the egg reaches on the leaf? Who put the egg?
It's me.
Yes?
Miss, I think a butterfly hatch a egg on the leaf.
Very good. So the mother butterfly, right, hatches the egg on the leaf, right?
Yes.
And there's a reason why this egg is on the leaf, right? I'm going to tell you why the mother goes and lay the eggs on the leaf so that when the tiny larvae hatches out from those eggs, it have the leaf to eat, right?
Oh.
Yes. So if mommy butterfly wants, she could have laid it here on the table or go on top of the school roof and lay the egg. No, no, no. Because when the tiny caterpillar come out, they will be hungry, right? So they cannot eat wood, they need the leaf, right? So that is why mommy lays the eggs on the leaf. And also note that these eggs here come in different sizes, different shapes, and different colors. Because when you look around, do you see one type of butterfly flying around? Or you see many types?
How color is?
Very good, they're different species. Now different species lay different colors, different shapes, and different sizes of
Miss, I
eggs.
got a question.
Yes?
Miss, what other color eggs in this get?
Sometimes we have yellow, we have brown, we have white.
Oh.
Okay, right? Good. So mommy lays the egg there and it hatches. Let's go to the second stage. Which is the second stage?
Miss, the caterpillar.
Very good. Also, we could call it the larva, right? Has anybody ever seen a caterpillar before?
Miss, I just see them. Yes, on my mommy pepper tree. They just eat out she pepper tree leaf.
Very good, because they're hungry. That is why they would go and feed on all those nice green leaves, right? Because at this stage here, the caterpillar eats a lot, right? They eat a lot. So that's why when you walk around in your yard, you would find them eating out all the leaves because they're hungry, right? Just like us, when we're hungry, don't we eat?
Yes, miss.
Very good. So likewise, the caterpillar, they have a tummy just like us, so they need to eat, right? So let's find out what happened in this stage. Now the caterpillar larva feeds on leaf, hanging upside down to form the pupa. So what they're saying here, like I just explained, they feed on the leaf. And then in this part here, at the end of this stage here, they would go and hang upside down to form a pupa, or some people say the cocoon. Have you ever heard that word before?
No, miss.
Okay, look, this is what a cocoon looks like.
Oh.
Yes, this is also known as the cocoon, right?
Yeah.
Good. So this is what a cocoon looks like, right? That the caterpillar would go and wrap itself up in there, right? And we don't have a specific amount of days before it hatches or anything, right? Because like I said, different butterflies, right, have different timings where eggs will hatch and they would move from one stage to the next, right? Good. So the next stage here is the chrysalis or the pupa, right? And like I said, this here is the cocoon stage, right? Undergoes complete metamorphosis to emerge as a butterfly. So it will go wrap itself up in there, and it will take a day, sometime 2 weeks, a week. Sometimes some might take much longer. Have you ever seen this a cocoon before?
Yes, miss, but I never know the thing named cocoon.
Well, you learned that today, right? Good.
Miss, I never see something like that.
Good. If sometimes you must check in your homes on the roof, they be lying on the ceiling, hanging down from the ceiling, right?
Oh.
And yes, so they have different colors. Some may be green, some may be brown. Like I said, it depends on the species, right? Or the type
Oh.
of butterfly, right?
Okay, miss.
Good. So the last stage here we have is the adult butterfly, right? So after this is fully hatched, out comes and it starts to crack, and then the butterfly marches and fly out, right? And the butterfly would fly and it would go and pollinate flowers and so, right?
Yes, miss.
And also during that stage too, it will go and lay eggs on the leaf, and the cycle keeps going and going and going. If the cycle should ever stop, we won't have any butterflies. You won't see those beautiful butterflies flying around, right? So everything has a stage, right? Like us humans, our parents, how they make babies and the babies grow up, and the big baby, now when they grow up, we have adults and they have babies. Likewise, the butterfly cycle here, it keeps going and going. Yes, Serena?
Excuse me, miss, so it's 4 stages the butterfly have?
Yes, 4 stages, right?
Okay, miss.
Good. Class, so I want to test your knowledge. I'm going to take down this teaching aid here. Right, class?
Miss, but how I just know the work?
You have to remember that. I just did that.
Oh, I remember.
Good. So I have some worksheets here I want you to complete, right?
Yes.
Okay, miss.
I have 3 types of worksheet here. So we have 3 groups. I will distribute them, right? The first group there, right? You guys are going to color. I have some crayons on the table there. You are going to color.
Thank you, miss.
Yes, share that around your group.
Okay.
You are going to color those butterflies, the larva, the chrysalis, and the caterpillar one. So you're gonna color them up nice for me, right? And this middle group here, you are going to match. You're going to match the picture to the correct stage of the cycle. Okay, class?
Okay, miss.
Good. And the back group now, I have 4 pictures here and 4 names. I want you to write them in for me correctly, right? Good. Please hand this out to the rest. Okay, class, I'm coming around to see what you're doing. Please write neat and match properly. Okay? If you don't understand, please indicate by raising your hands up and I will come to you. I don't want no scrawly writing. Write neat so Miss can understand.
Miss, me understand here. How they say this is the butterfly, but they get caterpillar here.
Let me see.
They get butterfly, now they say that is a caterpillar.
No, you have to match the picture to the correct stage. Okay, so these here, these are the different stage and these are the names. So you have to look at the names and you have to match them. This word here is caterpillar, egg, butterfly, and chrysalis. Now you have to look which one of this here is the correct picture for the name and trace or match
Okay,
it. Sorry.
miss. Thank you. Butterfly. Oh.
Let me see. Very good. This is lovely.
Miss, I done.
Let me check. Good. That is correct.
Class, now to recap what we have learned, I will ask you a few questions. Now, who could remember how many stages a butterfly has?
Miss, me?
Yes, Afina?
Miss, tree?
No. Can somebody else remember how many stages?
Miss, me?
Yes, Azad?
Miss, 2.
No, not quite right. Can somebody else help him? Yes, Anissa?
Miss, I think is 5.
No. Can somebody else help?
Miss 4.
Who said 4?
Alia.
Well, yes, Ali, you're correct. Everybody give her a clap. Good, very good. Now, a butterfly has 4 stages. Now, who could remember what was the first stage that a butterfly goes through? Yes, Anissa?
Miss, I think the egg?
Very good. And after the egg is which stage? Anissa, continue.
Miss, the butterfly?
No. Try to remember the second stage. Yeah, Amisha?
Miss, oh, the caterpillar.
Very good. After the egg is the caterpillar. And after the caterpillar is which stage, Errol?
Miss, is the cocoon.
Well, you said the right thing, but actually the name is the chrysalis or the pupa. And after the chrysalis or the pupa, what's the final stage?
Miss,
Yes, Anissa?
Miss, this is the most nicest stage. Is the butterfly.
Very good. Now let's say all the stages together. First we have the egg,
The egg,
and then the caterpillar,
the caterpillar,
then the chrysalis,
the chrysalis,
and finally the beautiful butterfly.
the beautiful butterfly.
Good. Now let's listen to a little video to help us remember the stages or the life cycle of the butterfly.
Jack Carson, Kids Music Channel.
Butterfly egg, caterpillar chrysalis. Butterfly egg, caterpillar chrysalis. Flutter and fly in the sky. That's the life cycle of a butterfly. Changes, changes, round like this. It's called metamorphosis. The butterfly lays her tiny eggs on a leaf. They're so tiny and hard to see. The eggs hatch into a small caterpillar. It munches lots lots of leaves and gets bigger and bigger. The caterpillar hangs in the shape of a J. A chrysalis is formed, the caterpillar is changed. When the caterpillar's changes are all done, a beautiful butterfly it has become. It's amazing! The butterfly's metamorphosis happens in 4 stages. Butterfly egg, caterpillar chrysalis. Butterfly egg, caterpillar chrysalis. Flutter and fly in the sky. That's the life cycle of a butterfly. Changes, change.
Okay, class. Now, okay, class. Please complete my homework. I will see you in the next class. Goodbye.